It's Tom and Todd's Face Off on WRKO.com.
Hey, the Bruins are on an incredible, phenomenal hot streak, but guess what? Tom and Todd are even hotter. Welcome back to Face Off.
We've won more in a row.
Now that Herman Cain is out of the race, how do you see the GOP race being affected?
I think there are a lot of lonely women out there who are going to try to figure out to whom they migrate. I actually think a lot of Cain
What do you mean?
support.
Herman's available full-time now, and he obviously has unlimited amounts of energy.
I suppose he does, which speaks well of the ingredients in Godfather Pizza or whatever. But I think a lot of the Cain support migrates to Newt Gingrich, who's become the new hot thing and probably won't self-implode the way multiple other parties have.
We live in such remarkable times in terms of the speed that these things travel. So 3 weeks ago, Herman Cain was the surprise big thing. Everybody was walking around saying, how did this happen? And now they're walking around saying, how did this happen? All over again. He's gone. In a moment, in a flash. One accusation too many. And by the way, the accusation that brought him down is the one which had to do with consensual adult sex. Think about that one.
Ron Paul is moving up in the polls in Iowa. Does he have a legitimate chance to win Iowa?
Hey, Iowa, like 47 people vote, and nobody knows exactly which 47 people they're going to be, so anything can happen. The latest poll shows Newt with a big lead, but Ron Paul and Mitt tied in Iowa. So imagine a scenario where Newt Gingrich says one of these dumb things they guarantee us, all the pundits say he's going to do, and then the Iowa voters go looking for some other than Mitt candidate, and Ron Paul's right there already at 18%, very well organized in Iowa with a ton of money to spend.
The Ron Paul phenomenon is a real thing in politics. He cannot and will not rise to the top because some of it is just too eccentric and some of it is too outlandish. But when he starts talking about the economy, the deficit, congressional spending, recklessly out of control, and so many of the other things, he is connecting with the American people who are indeed fed up. He makes there's reasonable ground to consider him for a cabinet appointment. I'm not quite sure where, but somewhere in the administration of Newt Gingrich or Mitt Romney.
In terms of the campaign, he could be very disruptive and change the whole tenor of the thing because people are hungry for conviction. And that's the antidote to Mitt Romney, who apparently has no convictions. He's this paper tiger, two-dimensional candidate. And Ron Paul's the opposite, so something strange could happen.
There is something going on out there.
So, when does this Occupy Boston thing end? Before or after the new year?
It's hard to say because it depends on the weather forecast. It ends when there's a blizzard. One of those nice nor'easters that we hear about coming up, barreling up the coast.
Picturing 25-mile-per-hour winds, maybe 30.
Oh, actually more than that.
Really?
Probably 40, north of 40. Then down there in the wind
Sideways
tunnels,
snow.
in the wind tunnels, it gets to be about 60 freaking miles an hour, and that stuff is accumulating. And it's cold, and nobody cares. And heaven forbid you get in the way of a motorist who's just trying to get home to his family, get a little milk, a little bread, and get home to the warmth of the home. That's when it ends. When winter opens.
Wait a sec. How about if the nor'easter starts with rain, and then after everything gets soaked, it converts to snow, and then after
a deep
foot
freeze,
falls, a deep freeze.
No, see, this is where Todd belongs in the kind of the cruelty department. That's a good idea.
Occupy Igloo will be the new name. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week with another Face Off. Tom and Todd, WRKO.com.